Hey everybody, it's Brandon, and we're back again with the MMBC Podcast, and I'm right here with my good buddy, Pastor Tommy Anthony. Say hi, Pastor.
Hello, everyone.
It feels good to be back. The last couple of weeks, my voice has really just been messing with me. Now I have a voice that you would like to listen to as opposed to had to listen to. So it's time to get the ball rolling and get back on track. Lots to talk about. Let's see, yesterday was kind of a big deal. Pastor, talk about it.
Well, we had two surprises, and I was trying to not let the cat out of the bag too soon, but I was instructed that after the announcements we'd have a special video, and it was really great. But the highlight was when Wiki Carter put his arm around Wyatt, his sweetheart, as she was tearing up, noticing pictures from 65 years ago, as they've been married 65 years. That's quite an accomplishment. I loved it. And then in the service, we also had a special recognition, but that wasn't supposed to take place, according to the family, until the end of the service. They were surreptitiously over in the gym preparing for a big feast, a birthday party, for Miss Jean Long, and she turned 80, an octogenarian. Well, that's quite an accomplishment too.
Octogenarian. I'll be honest with you. I knew about the video. I knew that it was coming up. The big surprise for me was watching that whole family pour into the sanctuary at the end of the service. Now, you know, it was funny because my wife was sitting next to me, and some of the family came from the back. And she said, "Oh, wow, they got some family here. Look, you can look in the back." And we looked back, and we saw a little bit of the family pouring in. And by the time we turned our heads back to the front, the floodgates had been opened, and Miss Long's family just poured in. It was a bunch of them.
And we had a super time. Man, I don't know who it was, but somebody in that family can cook. They had turkey roasted and chicken and sausage links and ham, but the brisket was to die for, and all the fixings, potato salad and all the salads. Oh boy, it was a feast. And then of course cake and punch and all. But Miss Jean, just love that lady. She's so precious.
You know, out of all of it, out of the family walking out, the food and all of that stuff, I still think the top moment, the big moment, was watching her surprise. Tears coming from her eyes, asking, "How did y'all do this? This is amazing." A couple of Sundays from now, we've got the fifth Sunday singing, and it's at Calvary Church, right?
David Milner has invited us to come over there and enjoy being together, time of fellowship. That's always fun, and I look forward to that. We had good time with the kids that were there yesterday, and the sermon actually had to do with how God has blessed us, and I got good feedback from young people and adults as well. God's blessed us by choosing us to be His children, adopting us into His forever family, and we're sealed by the Holy Spirit. All those things are just precious.
The 3 B's.
Yeah, we're blessed, bought, and brought. And that the one that's cool to me is the idea of the Old Testament word of redemption, where God told Hosea to go and to take a wife of harlotry. But after she goes back to her lovers and shames herself and winds up literally on the auction block in the slave market, he has to go and buy her back, which is kind of cool. A beautiful picture of how if we're sold in bondage to sin, God sends His Son to be our redemption, to buy us back. It's a beautiful picture.
You said Tobias.
Tobias is my grandson.
Let's talk about how things are coming along in the church.
Well, I feel really good. I think the process is great, and I do want to express appreciation. You know, the physical plant, the building is not the church, but there's a great spirit within our body. But there's also good things happening with the renovation process. Wiki just kind of wrapped up the last of the hired help, send them on their way. They completed the end wall of the gym that was just rusted out and wiggling and not safe. I couldn't imagine that it would be safe in another hurricane. But he's got that all shored up with 60 some odd studs, and he's going to wrap up the cosmetic part of that with volunteer help, and we'll get that done here shortly. The kitchen is almost complete.
You know, if you'd really like to take a sneak peek at that, the In a Minute video that we normally put up has got a couple of shots of the kitchen. The pastor filmed in the gym next to this new work that they had just done. So check out the In a Minute video, not just for the sermon, not just for the lesson, but also you'll get to see a little bit of what's been going on in the church house.
And I want to especially name the Liberty Church down in Bridge City. They sent us a generous offering to help us complete this project, and really do want to thank them and express appreciation to them.
Wednesday night for the youth group. I want you to listen up, youth group, parents of youth. If you're out there, Wednesday night is going to be a movie night for us.
Can I come for the popcorn?
Hey, we're going to have popcorn. I like to have some soda and stuff like that. And we're going to be watching a really cool movie. It's going to start at the exact same time that we normally start, which is 6 o'clock. So kids get here early, play a little basketball, and at 6 o'clock we're going to start our thing. You know, we do our one word, we do our prayer request. You kids, y'all know what that means. And then right after that, we're going to go right into the movie.
And on Wednesday nights, our adults have got something special going on too. It's kind of a movie. We do a little bit of sharing of things we're praying about. But then I've been using Ray Vanderlaan's series That the World May Know. And right now we're doing In the Dust of the Rabbi, following Jesus and getting to see some of the places where Jesus took his disciples. Last week it was pretty cool learning about, from that perspective, in that culture, what it meant to be a disciple.
We often do something with the kids in the youth group where we challenge them to bring a friend. I want to extend that challenge over to the adults. Obviously, with the movie night, kids, grab a friend, bring them. It can be their first time. They can get to meet some of the other kids. They can meet me. They can see that it's really pretty fun. But adults, those of you who are taking a look at this new study that we're going to be getting into, this new video Bible study, so to say, why don't you grab a friend and bring them along? Somebody you think might be interested, somebody that's interested in history, somebody that's interested in theology and those kind of things could get a lot out of this. So I dropped the challenge now. Which one of you are going to bring a friend with you on Wednesday night? I think that's all we got for this week. We'll see you right here next week on the MMBC Podcast.